West Africa, and good morning, good evening, good night, anywhere you are joining me from. How's the day been? How's the day going today? I had a session this morning. And it was very fantastic. So I'm here to do a little bit of follow up on what we discussed this morning. So this is just going to be a short check up on how we are doing this morning. It's basically like a gist. So how is the day or you need clarification on someone around you that you think you need more clarification on, or how to go about things with them? Because the truth of the matter is that you might be in a certain environment and it feels like some people are giving us pointers or some people are giving us signals, and we don't know what to do with this signal. In my course, from situationship to commitment, I narrated my story of how I was close to this guy, and in my mind, I had two options: to either ghost, like run away, ghost this person, and just end conversations with this person, because I was like, okay, I think emotions are already getting in, or address the situation. And in addressing the situation, one needs skills. One needs to know what to say and how to say it without necessarily looking like you are being too forward or being too desperate. So that's why I said, if there be anybody, whether male or female, if you are single on this call, or you are in a relationship or about to be in a relationship, if there is anybody in your radar that you feel like maybe you are having feelings towards, or you think the person is having feelings towards you, let me know so that I can tell you how to navigate that kind of situation. So if there's anyone around you, the person is showing interest in you, the person is maybe buying you things, the person is giving you attention, and in your mind you're thinking, okay, what's this guy doing? What does this guy mean? Is he trying to show interest in me? Does he like me? You're asking these questions in your mind, but you don't know how to translate these questions in your mind into action points. And at the same time, you don't want to be too forward. You don't want to be too forward that the guy will be like, I'm just nice, or that there is nothing. You don't know what to do at this point, at that dilemma. This period is for us. So if you are in this kind of situation, just give me a thumbs up. That's all I need. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you are in this kind of situation, whether male or female, whether you're a male and you're giving a lady attention and you're not sure if she's actually reciprocating, if your attention is actually working, if she's actually picking cues before you now go and ask out. Because lots of guys, most of the time, they don't want to ask somebody out for the fear of the lady saying no. So how will I know if I've invested so much in this lady, so much that when I ask this lady out, she will not tell me no? So if you are in this category, whether male or female, you are about to ask somebody out, or you feel like a man is giving you attention and you don't know what to do, just give me a thumbs up so that I know where I'm going to talk about this afternoon. So let me continue what I was saying. So if you're a lady, for example, somebody is showing you attention and all of those things, the best thing to do is not to just keep going like that. Like I discussed this morning with my audience this morning, that there was a client of ours, like just this week, she had been in this situationship in quotes with this guy for some months. This guy, they always go out together. They are both pharmacists. They attend programs together. They do things together. He buys her things. He's always there. He's the shoulder she could lean on, cry on, do all of those things. And in her own mind, she's already thinking that, oh, there's something, even her mom, both moms, they probably know each other. This is this guy, this is this lady. And in her mind, she's like, okay, in-laws, wedding coming up, and all of those things. And we asked her crucial questions. And we now sent her back to this guy that ask this question: what are we actually doing? Are we dating? Are we in a relationship? Whatever thing it is. And she did. I kid you not. She did. And the guy said, oh, that he was not looking at her in the dating direction, that he's not even in that headspace of dating to even start with, and he's not even ready to date, And she was shocked, but anyway, she was very grateful that she was able to have that conversation at that time, because what would have happened would have been that, number one, she would have been wasting her time assuming that she and the guy were in something, and they were not in anything. Number two is that for eligible guys around that, she will just be warding them off, sending them away, thinking in her mind that she's with somebody, and the somebody is not with her. While those people that actually want something serious, she's not looking at their side because she's thinking that she's with somebody. And by the time it finally dawns on them, they've probably spent months and years with this person that did not make any intentions known. Those ones that are serious, they would have moved on to somebody else, and now they are now starting from the beginning. They are hurt. They are saying that maybe it's come, whatever thing it is. So that is why it's very important for us to ask crucial questions when you are in any relationship with anybody. And if you are also on this call and you're always with men that say, let's say how it goes, they never define their relationship with you, is a pointer that you need to pay attention to. It's necessarily not a men problem. It's not them problem. It's you problem. It's a pointer that you are communicating or presenting yourself in a certain light that makes uncommitted men want to stay with you and then just hang around. There is a saying that you cannot stop a bird from flying over your head, but what you can stop, what you have control over, is a bird, perching or building his nest on your head. So it's how we put our heads down. If a bird is building house on somebody's head, it means that the person puts the head down for the bird to build the house. We cannot blame the bird. The bird is just looking for where to put the nest, but it is you that put your head down for the bird to put the nest. I've got this to say it. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. So there are some deep-seated questions, there are deep-seated mindsets that we have as ladies that make unwanted men come to us. When we communicate insufficiency, when we create or communicate the fact that I need external validation to be more of a woman, to feel more of a woman, to feel loved. When you communicate performance, the kind of guys that will come will be guys that will roll with your performance. They'll be the kind of guys that would want to lure you, just like ants with sugar. There'll be those kind of guys that will want to give you sugar to lure you, not to necessarily nurture you in that sense. And if you are a guy on this call, you are looking at a lady, there are some crucial questions you should be asking the lady. There are some crucial things you should be paying attention to in the lady. Don't only pay attention to their words. Pay attention to their body language, because somebody can tell you that, oh, I love you because of the things that they are getting from you, or that you mean the world to me, and all of those things, because they don't want to send you away. But when you pay attention to their body language might be saying otherwise. When somebody does not prioritize you, when somebody does not does not make you feel like, okay, you are actually one of the best persons in my life, but the person is saying, something else, you are supposed to pay attention to it. Hello, Matthew Sketches, how are you? Good afternoon. When their body language is not matching their words, it's a pointer that something is not right. And this goes for both male and female. Nolan, I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Hi, how are you? It's a pointer that something is not going well. So whether you're a man or a woman, if you are in a relationship or a situationship, and you can see discrepancies between body language and unspoken words compared to what they say, it's a caution for you to actually know where you stand in that relationship. And that's why many people get married, and after a month, 2 months, or max a year, they start seeing differences in their spouse, and they're like, these things were not there before we got married. Now what now happened along the way, and all of those things. And I can tell you for a fact that they were in performance mode. Both of them were in performance mode, number one. Number two, they were not paying attention to cues, because there is no how these signs are always there. And because people think that it's just all about love and all of those mushy things. They are not paying attention to real in-depth things. There are people that we counsel. We run premarital counseling for intending couples. There's some people we can counsel, and we can see that their relationship process had been really shallow. They're not paying attention to crucial questions. They're not paying attention to patterns. They're not paying attention to the right things that will sustain that marriage. And that is what premarital counseling does for you. There are so many things that you will not see yourself. There are so many things that love will not let you see yourself. But when you enroll for premarital counseling, for example, you are able to ask you questions about your communication styles, your conflict styles, how you people resolve conflicts, third parties, your in-laws, your friends. You will be surprised that there are some people in relationships that their spouse's opinion don't matter, but maybe their mom's opinion or their bestie's opinion comes first. These are signs that we need to pay attention to also in relationships and marriages. So that will be like the summary of today's talk. Maybe before the end of today, if you still have any of your concerns, I would come on live later this evening. Just let me know, put them in the comment section. If you have any concern, or there's somebody around you that is going through something and you want a solution to the person's maybe love life, relationship, or marriage life, just drop it in the comment section later this evening, and we will do well to address those issues. Do not forget to follow our Instagram page, our YouTube page at Love and Emotions. Just give us a follow so you'll be notified every time we come on live. Yes, subscribe, like, and share. And yes, later in the evening we'll address some of those issues. So yeah, see you. Bye.